But there's plenty left behind showing just how serious this crash was, including this sign right here. This is the school zone speed limit sign that would normally be sitting on the other side of Rock Quarry Road. Today, for so many people we talk to, it's almost about catharsis. It's hearing this decision, being so angry about it, so frustrated. You can hear that in their voices. I'm not the only one who's been talking to neighbors. Look at this. We've got investigators out here within the last 20 minutes. We've seen them going door to door as they continue to look for more information in this shooting. But you know those claw games you used to play in the arcade as a kid? You know, you pick up a prize. Well, look behind me. This is the supersized version right now. The city of Raleigh playing it with two very heavy pieces of equipment. What you're seeing out here behind me is firefighters having to break those hay bales apart and then extinguish the sparks and flames inside. This is that primary crime scene. This is where everything started this evening, right here behind me. And I've got a woman here who arrived here on this scene. She doesn't want to show her face. She doesn't want to share her name. It's obviously been a very stressful day for a lot of folks. But she got here moments after this happened. Walk me through. What did you see out here?
We heard the gunshots. I saw him, you know, bleeding out in the car.
That would be the officer, the Raleigh police officer.
The off-duty cop, yes, sir.
Take a listen to that wind. You can see it whipping through. Brad, spin the camera around for me real fast. Look at the rain in front of our headlights here. You heard Mike Mays just a few minutes ago talking about how the rain and the wind were going to be pummeling Wake County, and you see that right there. Lena, this is Copain Cove here. You can see still a very active scene more than 3 hours after that body was found. Firefighters and investigators surrounding this house. Neighbors tell us they heard a low-flying plane but didn't think anything of it till first responders came and knocked on their doors asking if they'd heard a thunk.
Emergency, we've lost our right wheel.
Tonight, new audio of an airplane in trouble. The pilot of this twin-engine turboprop asking air traffic control for help. The call coming less than an hour before the dramatic landing in RDU. The plane skidding past a sea of emergency lights. The pilot pulling off a dangerous emergency landing as the landing gear malfunctioned.
The aircraft did a low pass, and you can see that the right side landing gear door was open without the gear down.
First responders rushed to the scene, but when they got there, they found the plane, which had taken off in Rayford with 2 people on board, had only 1 left inside. That second man turned up more than 20 miles away. The 27-year-old's body was recovered behind a house in the Copain Cove neighborhood in Fuquay Varina after jumping or falling from the plane.
We had officers that were responding in the area for the search and were flagged down by a resident. They had heard something in their backyard.
That body recovered after an hours-long search across southern Wake County. First responders from more than half a dozen agencies searching on the ground and in the air along the plane's flight path.
I believe this was a first for many of us that were working this incident today, but again, we relied on our search and rescue practices.
The FAA is now investigating the crash, but a key mystery remains. How could a man go from flying to falling into this Fuquay Varina neighborhood? Now, Fuquay Varina Police and CCBI are continuing their investigation as well. We asked just a few minutes ago whether this is a criminal investigation right now. We're told it's not. A very unusual circumstance, though, and something that has a lot of folks here in this neighborhood scratching their heads, again, asking how it could have happened. Back to you. They were thorough. You take a look at this right here in my hand. This is one of the cables from the security cameras cut right there at the end. These thieves also damaging multiple cars here on the lot. And the thing is, for these owners, they're afraid their nightmare is not over yet. First there's the smash, then there's the grab. This footage showing as many as 20 thieves rummaging around inside Brother Auto Sales Sunday morning before knocking out the security camera.
For me to look at it, I don't know, I feel like I want to cry.
A day later, the damage still hard to swallow for owner Mo Yusuf.
A lot of missing cars and keys and everything.
The thieves emptied Yusuf's safe, taking the keys to every car on the lot, plus titles, cash, and paperwork.
This is very well organized people, and they know what they're doing, you know.
Security video shows the break-in lasted hours Sunday morning. Thieves eventually stealing 5 cars, including a red Hyundai Sonata. But it didn't take long for that car to turn up again. almost 9 miles away outside Mouse Piano in Oregon.
They had used that to try to ram my back door open, and they had tried to knock that down, and they knocked down some of the building as well when they were doing it.
Owner Mike Hanna saying these thieves are just hurting small businesses.
They have no regard for the personal property. It's just amazing to me.
Back at Brother Auto Sales, 3 of the stolen cars have been returned, all, including the Sonata, totaled.
I don't want to look at it. Really, it bothers me. I work hard.
Because they've had cars stolen in the past, insurance won't cover their losses. Yusuf saying his future is now in doubt. Stolen, along with a lot full of cars.
Gerald, it really is remarkable what these two were able to put together in just over a day. An impromptu airlift from the Carolinas to Kentucky.
For Randy Barnett, the first sign something was wrong was a text.
From my best friend in Kentucky, asking if my family was okay. I tried to get a hold of my parents, my sister, couldn't get a hold of anyone.
After hours of worry, she found out why. Images like this filling her screen. Her father on a rescue boat, water in every direction, cars tossed like toys, houses drowned, including her family's house.
Everyone up my holler lost their homes. My whole community was destroyed. And so all I wanted to do is get back home. And I'm being told that there's no physical way for me to get there.
No way until Sunday night, when she happened to be working with another resident named Philip Scholes.
I cannot tell you how much of a hero he is.
That's what I felt compelled to do.
Scholes is a licensed pilot and former Navy flight surgeon. In just over 24 hours, he tracked down a plane, mapped out a route, and was able to take Barnett where roads no longer could.
You know, I was like, oh, this is real. Like, he actually wants to do this.
Scholes and Barnett loaded the plane with clothes, shoes, water, and more for those in need.
I think we maxed out about 350 pounds of supplies that we were able to take.
By Tuesday afternoon, they were landing in Hazard, Kentucky, meeting a ground crew full of familiar faces.
My mom, my sister, my brother-in-law, and my aunt and uncle. It's a lot different seeing them in person than just hearing their voices on a phone. So that really meant a lot to me.
A day later, Scholes and Barnett are back to work at UNC. Barnett hoping their help from above meant something to the people stuck below.
I really hope that what we did, you know, sends a message to tell people, hey, like, there's so many people out here that care about you.
Yeah, and Barnett isn't stopping here. She was already planning to go home in a couple of weeks. She's now going to be going home with a car packed full of supplies. And of course, she says she can't do all of this by herself. She's encouraging people to donate to the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief or Aspire Appalachia. Gerald?
Yeah, she too is a hero here, Eric. What a great story.
Yeah.
Thank you.